Welcome to this Windows channel, and this is the Tech News Update. We are Monday, November 7th, 2016, and today in our Tech News Update, we have Cortana that will actually become even more human-like in its responses. Patents show that Microsoft is planning to really make Cortana a very advanced artificial intelligence. And they say that they want to add, first of all, voices that are more natural, because depending on the language that you use here on my computers, I use Cortana in both French and English. And I gotta say, the French version of Cortana sounds very, very much like a robot and not much like a person. The English version is actually better. So as time goes by, apparently they are going to introduce more natural voices and a more natural-like experience with the owner of the device. So that's going to be interesting to see all the new things that come to Cortana. In other news, we have Google that is actually reworking on its search algorithms, because they say that now search is used more on mobile than on PCs and computers around the world. So what they will actually be doing is slowly implementing a fact that when you use your mobile device to do search, mobile enhanced websites will actually show first before the regular website. And they say that this is something that is essential because more and more search is done on mobile devices and less on PC, so they got to adapt their search in order to adapt to the devices. Well, a report that checked both Android and App Store apps from Apple iOS say that, the impression that the App Store of Apple is actually safer is just an illusion. They say that every day hundreds of unsafe apps are actually introduced in the App Store, and Apple basically just lets them pass through. So they say that Apple, like Android, needs to really tighten up their security of apps, because they say that too many apps and eventually maybe even a really bad app might actually get into the phones and create problems for users. Well, it's that time of year when we learn about the passwords that people use. Actually, this one has been um, checked out from the Yahoo data breach. And of course, we started looking at what are the most popular passwords. And, we can safely say that the Yahoo data breach pretty much represents the general passwords that people use around the world. So, what's the top 5? In 5th position, ABC 1 through 3. In 4th position, Ninja. In the 3rd position, Welcome. Number 2, Password. And number 1, the good old 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, it's been years since we've been talking about how to make safe passwords and stop using really bad ones. And still, these are the really bad passwords that are still used immensely around the world. I don't know. It's going to be really, really complicated to change things around from what we see here. But it really, really seems that if you're using one of these passwords or any of the passwords you see in that little picture that I have while I'm talking about passwords, I think that you really need to change things for sure. And, never use your name or somebody else's name or anything. Is very important. Well, interesting news item. And, of course, a few weeks ago we had the distributed denial of service attack that at the highest point, was sending out 620 gigabytes per second of data around the web. Well, in a first around the world, there's been a country that's been basically taken off the grid by a DDoS attack, and it's Liberia, an African country. And this shows that, when an enemy wants to create havoc on your country, Well, they can use these DDoS attacks to basically take a country out of the grid. So that's kind of interesting, and it shows how security needs to be really, really made even more extensive, and it shows that people need to actually enhance also the security, and not just that. As we've seen that most of the devices that were used here were Internet of Things devices, it also shows that, well, companies need also to take security much more seriously. So that's interesting, and it shows that, you know what, you got to know that the internet can, in some cases, just, disappear because of somebody attacking you. Talking of cybersecurity, China's new cybersecurity law is in effect, and it is kind of scaring off a lot of people. First of all, China's new cybersecurity law, of course, is there to, according to the government, be there to make China's internet more safe for everyone. But of course, behind it, we see also that it will make China's internet maybe a little more of a spied on internet to make sure that, nothing that is against government rules appear on the web. And one of the things that a lot of companies are not happy about is the fact that websites and even companies that actually have any interest in the web in China will be required. And even if you're not on the Chinese soil, if you're an internet company from somewhere else, or if you're a company that has a big presence on the web, you will be required to have locally stored data of everything that happened in China. So a lot of companies saying, well, this is like going to be really, really a big problem and difficult to implement, going to cost a lot of money. And of course, all of that in the possibility that the Chinese government will snoop on what everybody's doing. So that's the new cybersecurity law in China. And finally, we have Turkey. That bad news today. It's like countries taken off the web, cybersecurity laws that basically are there to just snoop upon everybody. And now we have Turkey that apparently more and more, from what we see, the Turkish government has been blocking Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, and WhatsApp in Turkey. And of course, since the attempted coup attempt over there, the government has been going a little crazy, and we know that many of the uprisings that happened around the world were often done using Facebook and Twitter, as they are great sources in order to, basically tell everybody how to behave and what to do and where to be at. So, Turkish government now blocking Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, and WhatsApp. What's next? This is sad because a lot of the news today show that the governments have control of the internet, and that even if you think you're in a free country like Canada, the United States, the UK, France, Germany, wherever you think you are safe from this type of problem, well, think again, because any government can use these rules and enforce some kind of law that blocks, and it's out of our control basically. So this was the Tech News Update for Monday, November 7, 2016. You enjoy our videos, please subscribe to our channel. You'll be informed when new videos are online. Give us thumbs up. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, let us know. And hopefully you enjoy our videos and will continue watching our channel.